signs, welcome back to our kingdom. I'm so happy to see you. I hope you are doing so well, as it is always good here in the kingdom of God. Hey, we are just going to tap into earth signs, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy here. It has been amazing element readings before this, and I'm hoping to bring out something really special with you today. So let's just have Jehovah get to work and see what he wants to bring out. I'm going to shuffle a couple times. We're going to pick out a secret card, and then we're going to get started. I just heard the word hug. He wants to give you a hug. He's very proud of you. You just recently made a decision. Making this decision was not impulsive. You were very clear and direct about it, and you absolutely know, because you have now been able to see the opposite perspective of the gain. And God is always there to bring you the increase. Absolutely beautiful. All right, let's get our secret card here. It's this one right here. Wow, Lord. Okay, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy, Father, what would you like to say today? Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Whoa, that flew all the way over here. Look at that. You've absolutely made a decision because there's this missed opportunity here. This missed opportunity of love that was already yours, that already had the balance, and you allowed earthly matters and worldly concerns to break your heart over and over and over. This Four of Cups, this missed opportunity, is your true self-love first. To operate out of duality, understanding your Emperor energies and your Empress energies. And if that 4 is there, that means that control is there. The inside and the outside isn't so dysfunctional anymore. And if it's not so dysfunctional in 5D, then it's not going to be so dysfunctional in the 3D. If you're very dysfunctional in the 5D or closed off, unawakened, then you're going to be very dysfunctional in the 3D as well. This 4 is here to ascend you to that 5, that Hierophant energy, to restore yourself to this natural number that God has already prescribed for you, of Hierophant, the morals, the ethics, the light codes that he has given you as you are trafficked in this flesh scientific test tube. If your flesh scientific test tube is your operating system out of flesh-minded spirit or egotistical driven ways, worldly matters and worldly validations, you're going to lose the opportunity to see duality overall, to see the electrons to the atoms, to see the Eve to the atom, and the overall beginning and the end. And this is why being spirit-minded is going to reap you so many benefits to a harvest. If you just stay at a 4, you're not going to continue to grow. And that 5 gives us that absolute portal of inside and out, because it belongs to the 4. It belongs to the masculine, and it also belongs to the feminine on the inside as well. Duality is here, and this missed opportunity to be awakened and to love yourself first is so beautiful, because you have so much to gain on the opposite side here. If we have this 4 of Cups, that means that 4 of Wands and that 4 of Twos, the 4 of Swords, is already there. So you have already survived some of the hardest times of your life. Some of the heaviest burdens that you've continued to hold on to and must now be purged and released through these traumas, these tower moments also. If we have 2 by 2 here, that means we're going to have 4 by 4 in another spectrum, which brings us in 16. It also matches all of our 16 kings and queens. So from our kings and queens all the way down to our inner children, our prince and our princesses, we have to make sure that we're remaining ourselves to be not dysfunctional in one part of our tree. If one part of our family tree is dysfunctional, the whole rest of our family tree is dysfunctional, until one has walked away, cut themselves from the root, and been able to grow anew. Beautiful energy here. Let's see what else is here, Father, for Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Well, that one. Let's see. Page of Cups energy. I love this so much, this Prince of Cups, but it's also the Princess of Cups. And it's your inner children calling you home through your true self and saying, look at, we have the balance. There's this missed opportunity. We just want to get to know you. We've already met you a million times before. This ride is just a little extra crazy because we haven't met in this flesh scientific test tube. The vessel is a little different, but the flood is still being called upon. And even Noah was directed to load his vessel with more clean spirits than unclean spirits, because they would become too powerful and overcome. This is absolutely balanced 2 by 2, but it's also going to be 3 by 1 in another spectrum on that feminine energy. That feminine energy is that high priestess and that empress energy within that emperor, the magician overall. The urge, the benefit of manifesting or to be manipulated. And your old self did not love yourself, and now you're seeing, you know what, I don't want to go through these people, places, and things, because they're really starting to show me this isn't how I want. my life to be lived. This is not who I want to love. This is not even who I want to have desires for. It's not serving me at all. It is not fulfilling. There's literally no what's in it for me anymore to this. And it's just making me sicker and sicker. When we have 11 minus 4 there, that's 7 of cups. So you're really seeing all of these emotional consequences that you have gained because you decided to not be in control. A lot of us didn't even know that we had the right to be in control. And that's what opens up this whole next paradigm of the Page of Cups card ascending to the Page of Pentacles. It's right there on the backside. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. You're going to see within your inner children, your boy and your girl, your prince and your princess, why you had to go through things and what it made you to build this solid foundation of your intuition on the inside here to operate out of, in that mindset, to be able to have that heart work with the head there and have the head work with the heart on the same pillar and not against. Be able to work together on the inside and collaborate with both of your energies, your divine masculine and your divine feminine, which is coming in. Because if this is here, the potential is there. The pentacles, your potential energy will never be greater than when it's just sitting in one place waiting to move. And Bill Nye even tells us that. So as this potential is brewing, because he is brewing it inside of you, you are his child, you're beginning to be overruled in your vessel by it. What happened after the flood came and the suffering was over? He was able to find water and land and the balance of footprints on the sand. The dove came, the pure innocence, the soul, the sign of the covenant, the rainbows, our own chakra systems were now alive and being given because you could finally see them and realize the potential inside of you and your own universe. Absolutely here. If we have that Prince and Princess cups here, we also 2 by 2 have that Queen of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Cups on its way. Absolutely, I love this so much. And once you're able to fully love yourself more and realize that you're not going to put yourself in emotional consequences any further, you're going to be able to start functioning with your 5D, which is only going to clear out and remove anything that it cannot resonate with, because it's going to be more powerful than what was resonating inside of you beforehand, which will then begin to transcend and transmute the energy, the polarizing properties going out towards your 3D. There's an empty spot here in your heart that only one person can fill. And there's absolute opportunity for that one person to come back if that's what you wish. Believe it to receive it, God says. He wants to give it to you. But you have to be able to love yourself first the right way before he can bring someone else in, because he's not going to allow the best person for you to come in and be attracted to you if you cannot resonate. If you're going to make yourself continuing to be sick in your own comfort zones, he's not going to allow the best person for you to continue being hurt by you, to be hurt at all. I love that. If you're wanting a spouse in your life, then you must also mirror that potential. So when that job actually comes in, you're able to do that job and do it well. What else is here for Earth energy, Lord? Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Look at that. King of Swords energy. Well, this is what's fueling this, is because you're seeing this Emperor and Empress energy inside your intuition. You're finally becoming friends with it. And you're finally deciding, you know what? It's been there this whole entire time. What's not working is me not working with it. So what actually happens if I decide to work with it? And now you're seeing the opposite side of the sword here, because you've actually pulled it from the stone. You've opened up your heart. And as Yeshua's energy is transmuting all of this darkness inside of there, because he's an amazing carpenter and he will reconstruct it for you, he's breaking away the stones and they are crying out because of what has been trapped on the inside, which is why this is so goddamn painful. But the worst is over, and you just need to process what you've always been afraid to feel in your flesh beforehand. And God is there. He's there to construct and be able to instruct you on how to move forward in self-love. And then that potential King of Pentacles, that's right there on the backside in a 2 by 2 paradigm. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. It's there for you. It already belongs to you. It is for you. It's not against you. It is for you. And he has always been for you. And he will continue to be for you. He will be for you before you can even accept the things that went wrong, because he forgave you. He didn't know what you were doing, right? That's why the suffering had to happen. He already sees what you're going to be going through when you decide to forgive. And you forgive in people that you never thought that you would forgive. You forgive putting yourself in places. You forgive yourself overall, because forgiveness is the path of love. What else is here with this King of Swords, this Queen of Swords? These children of truth growing up and maturing in this mental mindset because you're emotionally stabilizing yourself in your vessel. Nine of Pentacles. Shut up, Lord. I love that so much. We talked about this. We talked about the Pentacles coming in because that's what would be next. You're in the present moment of making sure your middle pillar, your heart and your mental capacity can work on the same spectrum. And therefore, 9 by 9 by 9, it's continuing to divide itself over and over from your truest potential. And look at this, honey. This arc is loaded positively. Positively. Okay? It would be not going anywhere if this was down here. And that's not what's projected. The projection of bringing you balance and being able to depolarize you and polarize you up and down Jacob's ladder here over and over and over and over and over again. For you to see that potential that he is brewing, that is just waiting there, like your parked chariot in the garage, waiting to warm up and move. I love that so much. Nine of Pentacles also is going to bring us that Nine of Cups right here on the back side, which is 2 by 2 off of here. That 3D love that you want will absolutely come in because it has to be there between that Nine of Cups and that Page of Cups energy. But that Page of Cups energy is going to be looking back at that 10 while it's also looking at a new Ace of Cups. The person that's going to come in for you, you both are never going to stop dating each other, even though you have each other, because you'll be afraid to lose one another. But it's going to work in the favor. This person that's going to come in is going to be able to treat you the way that you've always been wanting to be treated, and you're never even going to believe it. But it's going to be such a balance between what you've had before. This person is definitely new. It's someone that has been through healing and trauma the same as you, just in their own experiences. But they also are going to do what's best for themselves first before they do it for anyone else. And they have understood that fully and clearly. And honestly, that's the most mature way to go about this, is you want someone that's going to make themselves a better person, and it's also going to help you be a better person. You both are going to be able to water each other and help each other grow in your fullest potential within that inner photosynthesis of the heart. I love that so much. Bottom of the deck. Two of Swords. Shut up, Lord. Well, this is this present moment of where we're at, right? This King of Swords. So I can go this Ace of Swords and polarize myself in the mental capacity, or I can go this Ace of Swords and depolarize myself in the emotional capacity. But it's when I'm able to take my Two of Hearts, which is coming next, and my Two of Pentacles, which is 2 by 2 off of here, I'm able to realize I have the duality of both. I can go this way or I can go that way. What am I going to reap the benefits of? I have the powerful manifesting energy inside of my Magician and High Priestess pillars to give me everything I've ever wanted and to keep myself going with the power of 2. But it's also the power of 3, because this is this masculine mental capacity. The mind is now becoming spirit-minded operating system instead of the flesh. But the flesh is there to work with the spirit. The flesh is weak, but the spirit is strong. So if that spirit is dominating, and isn't the flesh strong as well? Oh my God, that's my God card. 9 of Wands, shut up. Look at this. This power of fear is going to be dominated and taken over to give you potential of fire on earth here. But that 9 of Cups and that 9 of Swords has to be able to work together within your intuition, honey. The thoughts have to be able to work with the emotions and keep your conscious clear, or it's just going to get clouded and this energy cannot work through you. Look at that. 3 of Swords, 2 and 3 right there. We talked about that masculine mental capacity, and now here's this feminine mental capacity. I love that so much. And 6 of Wands. See, honey, I knew it. You already had the victory. You already have the victory. And it's right here, 3 by 3. You have the victory, sweetheart, and it's right here. God is always, he was right there waiting for us to see that card that whole time. He's been there. You just have to see him, honey. You have to reach out. You have to trust and be still and know that look at what he's giving you. The worst is over. All he has left is Cups and Pentacles. And it's because he loves you. He loves you so much. When you're happy, he feels happy. When you feel joy, he feels joy. When you feel down and dark and depressed, so does he. He loves you just as you would if you loved your own child. When you get a boo-boo, he gets a boo-boo. He wants to take it all away from you because he doesn't want you to live life like this. He loves you that much. Are you ready to see what the secret card is? 5 of Swords in the negative. Well, we saw that mental and mental capacities for that masculine and that feminine. And right now, this mental capacity is having a hard time gaining access to duality. But that Four of Swords is clearly here because it's the only thing that's missing. You are presently in that Four of Swords position. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. And if you're not seeing it, it's probably because you're standing in it and you're not clearly seeing which door to take. I can go back this way and think clearly with my emotional state and my mental state and be able to balance it to bring me back to the 5. Or I can just be stuck in the 5 and continue this mental illness, this anxiety, this Jezebel demonic energy inside of my vessel and not be willing to see the opposite side of my balance here and divide it myself here. Luke 12:49, he brings up, I don't bring you peace, child. I bring you division. I divide you away from what doesn't make you peaceful. But it is you, within Yeshua's energy, that brings the peace. There will be 5 and 1 in one family, 2 against 3 and 3 against 2 at all times. Now, this 5 and 1 is just the masculine side, but there's another side to this 5 and 1, the feminine side. So isn't it really our 5 loaves and our 2 fish? He is restoring you back to your original state, honey, and your Hierophant energy is what he's mostly concerned about. And it's the flow of love and power through your middle pillar, through your heart space. He's opening up your heart chakras for sure. And he wants to give you this ultimate wish fulfillment of love on the outside because you are finally able to love the inside. There's one person for you, honey, and they're coming. Don't miss the opportunity because you can't love yourself. Wounds into light.